Len, this really is like an extreme home makeover. Pretty much everything you see around me is brand new. When Stephen and Jennifer first walked in, they were so surprised. They cannot believe how much work their church and their friends have put into this home. Stephen and Jennifer White were in the process of fixing up their home. The two are getting ready for a new addition to their family, a baby boy.
A week ago today, Jennifer went in for a regularly scheduled appointment and found out there was something going wrong. They rushed over to the hospital. They did an emergency C-section, and Josiah Daniel lived for 42 minutes.
Stephen's best friend and fellow pastor, Joey White, met the family at the hospital.
I found his keys, and without his permission, took them, came here.
Joey didn't want the family to come back to an unfinished home, so he called everyone he knew, and in no time at all, dozens of people were helping him fix up the family's home.
We are very good friends with them, and we love them very much, and we just cannot imagine what they're going through.
And they do this for us.
Absolutely, a heartbeat.
New flooring, new furniture, new sinks, even down to the light bulbs. It's pretty much all new.
They have a new countertop, a new refrigerator and stove.
It's just been an incredible joint effort from our church to give them pretty much a brand new home.
After 7 days of working nonstop, the home is finally ready. A job friends and church members say was completely worth it.
Now it's truly a mini extreme home makeover for one of the most awesome couples that I know.
It's been an emotional week. This family has gone through a major tragedy, but with so many good friends surrounding them. Steve and Jennifer, I know you all just walked in a few minutes ago. Your church really put a lot of effort into remodeling this home. Have you had time to absorb this yet?
Not really. God gave us so many promises surrounding the birth of our son Josiah, and those promises of new beginnings are coming true, even though he only lived for about 40 minutes. So it's sadness mixed with joy. So.
And I have to ask, what's your favorite part of this house?
Everything. It's just amazing. But if I have to give an answer, it's the beautiful faces that are surrounding me that made this happen. Beautiful friends and family. And the love that's here that you can feel. Their love and God's love.
Thank you very much. Live in Danville, Ashley Singh, ABC 13 News.
Ashley Singh is live in our newsroom. Ashley, they're still wondering why it happened.
Len, they say he had a clean record, no prior criminal history. Family members say the two dated for 6 years and that they were in love. They never expected anything like this. Sabrina Sparrow says she lived with her brother Kevin and his fiance Vontae Haskins for 3 years. From what she saw, she says they were a loving couple.
Every morning before he left to go to work, he'd tell her, "I love you." She would get up, make sure she told him she loved him.
She says she never saw anything that caused concern.
They have our normal arguments like a normal couple would, but it never got physical. They always walked away.
He never gave me no signs. I don't know why he shot this girl, or no reason why, because I always thought he was butting that.
If there were signs, Kevin's father, Philip, says they all missed them. The family didn't know anything was wrong until the day they found Kevin's body next to his brother's grave.
I wish it was me in that casket over there in Lynchburg.
Kevin's sister, Phyllis, says there was a suicide note in his car. He wrote a few words on several different pages in a hunting manual. Some of what he wrote, "Forgive me and I will be with God."
He said he didn't mean to do it. He said he didn't mean to do that, and that he loved them. He didn't mean to do it.
Words that she and the family say they believe.
This is the third child they're going to have to put in the ground. You know, it's very tragic for both families, and I just don't understand why.
Vante's family was unavailable for comment, but investigators say she leaves behind 3 children of her own. All 3 are staying with family members. Live in Lynchburg, Ashley Singh, ABC 13 News.
Ashley Singh talked with some of the neighbors there, and Ashley, they are still really shaken up by this.
Right, Len, they're still in shock over what happened. I talked to the site manager over at the park today, and she tells me that she knew of domestic problems going on at the suspect's home, and she says she had warned him that it needed to stop.
He's gone. Taquan is gone, and we can't bring him back. We just have to pray for him, pray for the family.
Shirley Ward, the site manager at Parks Trailer Court, has known the suspect, Nico King, for many years. She says she's very disappointed in him.
I had a lot of faith and confidence in him. I really did.
After hearing several heated arguments coming from his trailer, Ward says she asked him to leave the park 3 weeks ago.
I let him know that the fighting and abusive and everything would have to go. I said, there's nothing good gonna come out of this. I said, you already on probation. I said, Nicole, you keep this up, you're going back to jail. I said, you need to get your clothes and you need to leave.
But he didn't move out. Donald Gregory, who lives next door to King, says he also heard the fights. What he didn't hear were the gunshots that went off early Sunday morning.
It's sad, you know, wake up and you see cops out here and wonder what they're out here for. And then you find out a 7-year-old month baby been shot. Now, that's strange.
Like Ward, he too says it never should have happened.
You can see it everywhere else, but another thing will be right here beside you.
Ward feels sorry for the parents, but she says she knows their baby is in a better place.
He's already heaven bound. He already was an angel.
At this point, it's still unclear as to how King was related to the baby or his mother. Police are giving out very few details, saying that the shooting was domestic in nature. King is being held in jail under no bond. Noreen?
Ashley Singh is live at the scene tonight. Ashley, they do think that this was a homicide.
Right, Noreen, because they say the body was concealed with debris. They found it about 50 yards away from this abandoned home.
I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it.
Loja Craig lives just a couple hundred yards away from where the body was found. She says this is a good neighborhood, and so for something like this to happen really concerns her.
I've been living up here 50 years, and we've never had any trouble at all, so somebody must just took advantage of that.
She and other neighbors say this home has been abandoned for as long as they can remember.
It was frightening. I mean, for the whole neighborhood. There's children that live in this neighborhood, in this community.
Sheriff Lane Perry says they received a tip that led them to the body. He says it looks as though the body had been here for a while.
It is a place that has some abandoned homes. It's relatively secluded, and people who probably aren't law-abiding citizens have been taking advantage of that.
Perry says it's likely there were multiple people involved, but says they'll have a better idea once they can identify the body.
It is very difficult for one person to take a limp, lifeless, heavy body and get it to that location.
He says he's counting on the community for help in figuring out who did this. And while those who live on Woodland Road say they trust their neighbors, they can't help but wonder if someone local was involved.
If the person that did this to that other human being, what's to stop them from trying to do it to some of us?
Authorities believe whoever did this knew the area well. The body has been sent to the medical examiner's office. Live in Bassett, Ashley Singh, ABC 13 News.
You spoke with Corey Thomas's family today.
I did, Noreen, and they're not sure what to hope for. On one hand, they say they want Corey home alive. At the same time, they say if the remains are his, at least they'll have some closure and can provide him with a proper burial.
I don't understand why someone would actually do this to anyone, someone's child, someone's nephew, someone's friend, a loved one. I just don't understand.
Marva Thomas is thankful for whoever tipped off police about the remains, but she wishes someone had said something sooner.
That's what makes me angry. If those remains are Corey's, that he laid behind that abandoned building this long.
While she wants her nephew back alive, she says she has a gut feeling that the remains are his.
To whomever did it, you will meet your maker. Corey didn't bother nobody. I just want to know why.
Family members say Corey had a bright future. He graduated high school and wanted to go to college, but they say he hung out with the wrong crowd.
He did hang around like some of the wrong people, and I even talked to Corey about it, told him that he needs to leave some of the people alone, and just wouldn't listen.
Corey was wanted on a murder charge, something his family members say they don't believe.
I don't think that he would have the heart to do anything like that to anyone.
Marva says regardless of what he's been accused of, he didn't have to die.
No one deserves anything like this. No one. I don't care what you do, what you did, what you say, what you said. No one deserves none of this.
Sheriff Lane Perry says that DNA tests have been ordered for the remains. If you have any information, call the sheriff's office. Noreen.
And Ashley, church members built this playground as a tribute to Colton.
The church says Colton was so full of life and energy that they really tried to recapture that when building this park. Family members say if Colton were here today, this would really mean a lot to him. It was a tragedy that took the life of Colton Carnes last spring. It was that same tragedy that brought a Danville community together.
When I look at this and I think, well, this would have meant so much to him to have been able to have played on this playground.
Colton's great aunt, Bonnie Williams, was also his preschool teacher at Mount Vernon United Methodist Church.
When I saw his little basket, I just completely lost it. So I can't dwell on it because I can't keep in control, because it's so sad to lose him at such a young age.
Williams says Colton wanted to be a firefighter, so to see this fire truck themed playground built in his honor means so much to the family. She says it's a living legacy for Colton.
The colors are just beautiful, and for them to allow this to take place in Colton's memory, I really appreciate that. It means a lot to our family.
Pastor Barry Foster says it took about 6 months to complete the playground. While nothing can take away the family's grief, he hopes this will ease it.
What better way to memorialize someone or to remember them than to make life a little better for children.
Williams says if Colton is looking down at them from above, she knows he's happy.
If there's such a thing as looking down from heaven, I think probably when the children run out the door, there is something about the minute the door opens, they all start screaming. He's probably laughing.
Williams says she and her family are so thankful for everything that friends and kind strangers have done for them. Live in Danville, Ashley Singh, ABC 13 News.